हेलो नमस्ते फ्रेंड्स। आज हम बात करेंगे एग्रो इकोलॉजी के ऊपर। ये जो टॉपिक है ये आपका एमपीपीएससी मेंस 2019 पेपर 1 का पार्ट है, ज्योग्राफी में स्पेसिफिकली बोले तो। और 2020 पैटर्न में ये आपका चैप्टर जो आपका पेपर 3 है उसका चैप्टर 9 या यूनिट 9 आप कह सकते हैं, उसमें इसका थोड़ा रेलेवेंस देखने को मिलता है। ये उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मैं आपको पढ़ाऊंगा और ये कम्प्लीटली 15 मार्कर अगर क्वेश्चन भी आ जाए तो भी आप इसे सॉल्व कर पाएंगे, ये पूरा क्वेश्चन आप लिख पाएंगे। इसमें हम डिस्क्राइब करेंगे पूरा जितना भी एग्रो इकोलॉजी से रिलेटेड आप पढ़ सकते हैं, जितना भी उसका बेसिक डेफिनेशंस, एवरीथिंग एवरीथिंग वुड बी कवर्ड। एंड मेरा नाम है अनर्घ जैन, मैं निधिश्री एकेडमी से हूँ। एंड लेट्स बिगिन द कोर्स। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, एग्रो इकोलॉजी होता क्या है, डेफिनेशन क्या होती है। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद डेफिनेशन। इट इज़ डिफाइंड एज एन इकोलॉजिकल अप्रोच टू एग्रीकल्चर that views agricultural areas as ecosystems and is concerned with ecological input and impact on agricultural practices. So basically, if you're going to understand it, it is basically an ecological impact of agriculture, ecological approach to agriculture. So agriculture as of now what we see is basically a combination of different primitive and traditional agriculture which we used to do. But in today's time, agriculture has become more commercialized. Because it has become more commercialized, it has exploited nature beyond its capacity. You can see cases of nitrogen pollution, you can see cases of soil pollution, water pollution, and pest diseases are increasing. So in this problems, agroecology comes out as a solution. Okay, now use of agroecology is, as I have already described, primitive agriculture and traditional agriculture encompasses enormous diversity of farming systems. Okay, therefore the agricultural under these two broad categories is extremely resilient and sustainable and ensures a sustainable future. Agroecology revolves around these two concepts. It is primitive agriculture and traditional agriculture. It encompasses their basic principles, but it is different from these two things, because the instance in which we the reason why we switched to more commercialized format of farming was basically advances made in science and technology. Okay, agroecology is using these concepts of science and technology, but it is more consuming more, I would say, like it is more beneficial for the nature as such. Okay, now principles of agroecology, please write it down. It revolves around agro ecosystem. Okay, community of plants, animals, and microorganisms. These are the three triangles, three part of the triangles, the trinity, three functional biotic components of agroecology. Interacting with each other, the community of plants, animals, and microorganisms interacting with each other and among themselves. Agroecology provides us an opportunity to make a holistic understanding of agro ecosystems and design and manage our food production system. Okay, so using these three concepts we are going to design and manage our food production system. That is the basic principles of agroecology. Okay, now agricultural strategies woven around the principles of agroecology look into local geographical and socio-economic specifications, environmental and cultural specificities, and obeys people tradition such as food habits, festivities, and their ethical and aesthetic values. This definition was given by Singh et al. In 2014. Okay, so if there's a proper definition, you can quote this definition by Singh et al. 2014. Okay, now moving towards benefits of agroecology. So what are going to be the benefits of agroecology? It's a point. So please write. First point is agroecology provides balanced environment. Okay. Second, it provides sustainable yields. Third point, it provides biologically mediated soil fertility. Fourth point, It provides natural pest regulation. Fifth point, it use low input technology. The input cost goes down with time and increases output. Okay, and next point, it increases food production. Next point, improved income of farmers. Okay, then it enhances food security and nutrition. Next point, it helps in reducing greenhouse gases emission. I'll explain how. Okay, from agricultural sector and also building resilience to unavoidable circumstances of climate change, protecting biodiversity and sustaining communities and rural livelihoods. Okay, apart from this, agroecology provides holistic and long-term solutions and an explicit focus on social and economic dimensions of food system. Okay, agroecology places a strong focus on the rights of women, youth and indigenous people. So these are all benefits of agroecology. Now, what are the main inputs of agroecology? What we are going to input, like when we are going to study agroecology and when we are going to practice it in real sense, what are the inputs what we are going to need? The inputs are information, best practices, knowledge of local conditions and the natural resources of local ecosystem. Okay, it is not dependent on synthetic chemical fertilizers, pesticides or transgenic crops, which are not only expensive for small farmers but also resource depleting. Okay, so these are the problems which are solved by agroecology. Okay, now we will describe the benefits I have discussed before in detail, so that even if a 15 marker question comes, you would be able to handle it. Okay, so first what we need to go to understand this agroecology and in real sense is basically we need help from government. We need a good resilient governance. Okay, so agroecology calls for responsible and effective governance to support the transition to sustainable food and agriculture systems. We have to understand this, that agriculture today is basically more commercialized, a cash based economy, something like that. So we'll need help from government to change that system into an agroecological system. Okay, and this help from government can be taken in following ways. We can go for school feeding and public procurement programs, school feeding like midday meal. Okay, market regulations allowing for branding of differentiated agroecological produce, and subsidies and incentives for agro ecosystem services. Okay, now apart from this, we need community level governance such as traditional and customs governance model. It is extremely important to foster cooperation between different stakeholders. Okay, so this is the governance part, how we are going to benefit from it. Now moving out to how it will help in circular economy. Now this small concept, what a circular economy is, suppose in economy the input and the output goes in a circular fashion, it is known as circular economy. In farm system, if I am going to explain to you, is basically, for example, a particular crop, after it has ripened up, you cut the crop and the residue can be used as manure. If we take example of Punjab, okay, from the last 2-3 years there has been air pollution of one of the biggest problem in Delhi NCR region. Okay, so and the reason is stubble burning from Punjab and in Haryana region. Okay, so then the stubble, the remaining part of the rice, can be taken out, can be used in something to make something different. Okay, so this is example of circular economy. Okay, because the residue, it's a byproduct, it's something which is going to be burned down, ultimately it can be taken out and used to make something different. Okay, for example, I have read somewhere that the stubble can be used to make fiber boards. Okay, and then fiber boards can be later used in plywood industries and using household items. So that stubble can be used in fiber boards. Okay, so this is one example of circular economy. So here you have to write, agroecological approaches promote fair solution based on local needs, resources and capacities, creating more equitable and sustainable markets, okay, strengthening short food circuits and increasing the income of food producers while maintaining a fair price for consumers, okay. Now we can include participatory guarantee scheme, local produce markets, denomination of original labeling, community supported agriculture and e-commerce scheme in agroeconomic perspective. These innovative markets respond to a growing demand from consumer which are going for a healthier diet, okay. Global food wastage is one of the biggest challenges we are facing, okay. So agroecology and circular economy can put a full stop on this global food wastage challenges, okay. Currently 1/3 of the food produced in the world is wasted, okay. So if this wastage can be used in some way in farming itself, it can complete the circle of circular economy and we can understand this agroeconomy in a better way, okay. And it will stop putting pressure on natural resources, okay, because the extra wastage food that is produced, the 1/3, that wastage input include water, electricity, seeds. So these things can be saved. So that means natural resources can be saved. So once natural resources can be saved, that amount, the money can be used in something more productive, in a more productive format, okay. Now diversity, this is also one of the big concepts in agro ecology. So three kinds of diversity are there. First one is vertical diversity. Vertical diversity simply means organizing crops, shrubs and trees of different height and shapes at different level of strata, okay, in your field. The second one is spatial diversity with respect to space. Intercropping combines complementary species, so intercropping using complementary species, okay. Third is temporal diversity with respect to time. So crop rotation often including legumes. So legumes, you know that pulses, they are used for nitrogen fixation, very important concept. At the global level, only three cereal crops constitute 50% of our intake. The three cereal crops are wheat, maize and rice. These are three cereal crops which close to 50% provides close to 50% of our calorie intake, okay. While the genetic diversity of crop, livestock, aquatic animal and trees continues to be rapidly lost, okay. Now diversification can increase productivity and resource use efficiency by optimizing biomass and water harvesting, and it will strengthen ecological and socio-economic resilience by creating new markets of opportunity in crop and animal diversity, reduces the risk of climate change even, okay. Then moving ahead, consuming a diverse range of cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables and animal source products contribute to improved nutritional outcome, a healthier diet for us, okay. The genetic diversity of different varieties, breeds and species is important in contributing different macronutrients, micronutrients and other bioactive components of human diet. So diversity will help us in this format, okay. Now what are the different synergies in among the different elements of ecology? For example, globally biologically available nitrogen fixation by pulses in intercropping system or rotation generates close to 10 million US dollar savings in nitrogen fertilizers every year, okay, which while contributing to soil health, climate change mitigation and adaptation, okay. Further, about 15% of the nitrogen applied to crops comes from livestock manures, okay, highlighting synergies resulting from crop livestock integration. So in simple sense what it means is there is a livestock, cattle, okay, then there is crop. livestock produces nitrogen. Some crops, legumes crops, uses nitrogen, fixes nitrogen. Okay, in the middle is nitrogen fertilizers company. Okay, big fertilizers company. So the fertilizers company take the nitrogen produced by these livestock, provide it to farmers in the crop fertilizer format. So why can't livestock directly link it to crop or the farming pattern? So we will get a shortcut route. Okay, and there's a lot of savings around in millions of US dollars. So this is another format in which the synergies can work. Okay, in Asia, integrated rice systems combine rice cultivation with generation of other products like fish, ducks and trees. So this is a really good example. I explain how it works. So this is known as a rice fish system. Okay, it is in here aquatic animals help to fertilize the rice crop. Okay, and reduce pest and reducing the need of external fertilizers or pesticide input by maximizing synergies. Integrated rice systems significantly. Okay, it improves yield, dietary diversity, weed control, soil structure, fertility, as well as providing biodiversity, habitat and pest control. तो सिंपल शब्दों में ये है, मतलब राइस होती है क्रॉप आपकी, वो पानी में होती है, आपको पता है. अब जो फिशेस रहती हैं वो राइस के पास पास जो वीड्स वगैरह हो जाते हैं, जो पेस्ट हो जाते हैं छोटे छोटे, उनको वो फिश खा लेती है. इस वजह से क्या होता है कि जो आपका राइस का फसल होता है वो पेस्ट फ्री होता है, काफ़ी अच्छी क्वालिटी का राइस होता है. तो ये लाइव स्टॉक और फिश राइस सिस्टम इसको ही कहते हैं. तो वन वे और द अदर वो सिम्बायोटिक रिलेशन रहता है और वो एक दूसरे को यूज़ कर सकती हैं. ओके, नाउ by enhancing biological processes and recycling biomass, nutrients and water, producers are able to use fewer external resources, reducing cost and negative environmental impact of their use. Okay, so this whole full circle gets completed. Okay, now comes point recycling. In recycling, agroforestry system, for example, agroforestry system that includes deep rooted trees. Okay, तो ऐसे पेड़ जिसकी deep root है. Okay, can capture nutrients that are lost beyond the root of normal crops. For example, अगर आप wheat उगाते हो और उसकी जो जड़ होती है वो कुछ 2 इंच की है या 3 इंच की है, एक एग्जांपल ले रहा हूँ, पर अगर आप ऐसे ट्रीज लगाते हो उसके आगे या पीछे, स्पेशली आगे अगर स्लोप ऐसा है पानी का, तो अगर ट्रीज आप आगे लगाते हो जिनकी डीप रूटेड ट्रीज होती हैं, तो अगर कोई भी न्यूट्रिएंट अगर वो क्रॉप पकड़ नहीं पाती है, फॉर एग्जांपल वीट, क्योंकि उसकी जो रूट्स है मान लीजिए 2 इंचेस की है, तो आगे जो ट्रीज हैं वो उस न्यूट्रिएंट को एब्सॉर्ब कर लेंगे. तो इस तरह से न्यूट्रिएंट वेस्ट नहीं होगा. ओके, सो दिस इज रिसाइकलिंग. Now, crop livestock system promote recycling of organic matter by using manure for composting or directly as fertilizers, as we know cow dung हम use करते हैं, and crop residues and byproducts as livestock feed. Okay, so this is how the system gets completed again. Recycling benefits by closing nutrient cycles, very important point, and reducing wastage. So you can directly write this point that recycling benefits by completing न्यूट्रिएंट साइकिल्स. ओके, तो आपने पता है न्यूट्रिएंट साइकिल्स कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की होती है, सल्फर की होती है, ऑक्सीजन की होती है, नाइट्रोजन की होती है. नाइट्रोजन का सल्फर एंड कार्बन, ये 3 साइकिल्स काफ़ी फेमस है. ओके, इसके बाद फॉस्फोरस साइकिल्स भी होती हैं. बट आगे बढ़ते हैं अभी. रेजिलिएंट. ओके, नाउ रेजिलिएंट इज बेसिकली अपने आप को बचाना एडवर्सिटी से, दैट इज नोन एज रेजिलेंस और रेजिलिएंट. सो ये जो एग्रो इकोलॉजी, व्हेन यू फॉलो एग्रो इकोलॉजिकल कॉन्सेप्ट, सो योर क्रॉप्स बिकम रेजिलिएंट. रेजिलिएंट टू व्हाट? रेजिलिएंट टू greater capacity to recover from disturbances including extreme weather events like drought, flood, cyclone, pest attack and disease attack. Okay, so these are the resistant features of agroecology. One of the example is Kerala floods of 2018. In areas where agroecological concepts were taken into consideration, that crop survived the Kerala flood of 2018. Okay, but in areas which was more commercialized, that you have to produce in this amount and that because its rate is high in this format, so that crop was completely lost because the agenda was basically more commercialized. in agroecological concept we use different crop farming, we'll use livestock farming, we'll use all these concepts integrated in one single field. Okay, so it becomes more resilient to extreme weather events and other adversities also. Okay, now apart from this, agroecology also points towards or focuses on human and social values. How it will do it, I'll explain. Agroecological approaches empower people and communities to overcome poverty, hunger, and malnutrition while promoting human rights such as right to food so that future generation can live in prosperity. Okay, agroecology seeks to address gender inequalities by creating equal opportunities for women. We know that globally women make up half of the total workforce of agriculture or agricultural workforce. They also play a vital role in household food security, dietary diversity and health, as well as conservation and sustainable use of biological diversity. And in spite of all these things, women remain economically marginalized and vulnerable to violations of their right, while these contributions often remain unrecognized. Okay, agroecology often opens space for women to become more autonomous and empower them at household, community levels and beyond, for instance through participation in producer group. Okay, meanwhile rural youth around the world possesses energy, creativity and desire to do something different in life. What is needed is support and opportunities. Agroecology provides a promising solution to these rural youth. Okay, now culture and food traditions. Almost 800 million people in the world are chronically hungry. Okay, and 2 billion people suffer from micronutrient deficiency. Okay, meanwhile on the other hand there has been a rampant rise in obesity and diet related diseases. Okay, 1.9 billion people are overweight or obese, and non communicable diseases like cancer, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes are the number one reasons for global mortality. Okay, so these on one hand we'll find people are hungry, on the other hand we'll find people are obese. So the reason of these two differences is basically distribution of food. Like food is there, but how it is distributed, that's the biggest point we have to look after. Okay, agroecology plays an important role in rebalancing this tradition and modern food habits. Okay, bringing them together in a harmonious way that promotes healthy food production and consumption, supporting the right to adequate food. Okay, for example in India it is home to around 50,000 variety of rice. Okay, bred over centuries for their specific taste, nutritional value and pest resistant properties, and their adaptability to range of climatic conditions. Okay, thus this accumulated body of traditional knowledge about these rices can be used as a guide. Agroecology can help in realizing the potential of territories to sustain these people, okay, which are practicing these different variety, cultivating these different varieties of rice. In conclusion about this chapter, we'll write agroecology is time tested and proven traditional way of farming that was evolved by farmers suiting to their diverse agroclimatic conditions. The experience of farmers around the world using agroecological methods has provided enough evidences of its economic, social and environmental benefits. So this is how we will conclude. So this was all in today's lecture, friends. Please do share, subscribe and comment on my YouTube channel, and if there is any problem related to any concept of MPPSC and UPSC, please let me know. I'll make videos for you, and hope we can help each other. Okay, signing off. Thank you.